Welcome to It's a Crime. I'm Linda, and today I'm going to give you some updates about Paighton Houston, who, as you know by now, was found on January 3rd, which is just a couple days ago, in a shallow grave in Hueytown, Alabama, which is about a population of just over 15,000 people as of 2017. Now, she was found in a shallow grave at a vacant home on Chapel Drive and Love Street. And they said she was wrapped in a cloth and her body was intact. Now, I'm going to walk you through the day that she went missing and the questions surrounding it. It's important to note that the authorities said that this is a death investigation. It has not been noted as a homicide. So we start off with Payton's mom, Charlene, who says, and I quote, "I know she left our home Friday morning for work and was in contact with family throughout the day." And the day is December 20th, as we all know. So according to Payton's LinkedIn profile, she worked at Buddy Moore Trucking as a national account manager from February 2018 to the present time in Birmingham, Alabama. And that is only 6-minute drive from Buddy Moore Trucking to Tin Roof Bar if she went from work to the bar. Now, it was stated that she went with a coworker to Tin Roof Bar. So the question is, what time did she go there? Was it after work? Now, on the missing persons site, it did say that Payton didn't drive that day. She left her car at her coworker's house. So from there, they would have went to Tin Bar, or maybe they went for dinner first. Who knows, right? We don't know. I wonder if this is actually a regular hangout of where the coworkers go. I know I used to work downtown ages ago, and we always kind of had a spot that we would go on Fridays, either for lunch or just after. So that's another question. Her mom also says she keeps in contact with Payton on her way to work, on her break. So I do wonder if she said, "Hey mom, I'm going to the Tin Roof Bar," because that would be important. Now, about the bar. So as I said, it's located in Birmingham, Alabama, which has a population of about 210,000 people. From the pictures, when I first looked at this bar, it looked really small because where the logo kind of was, but actually that takes up the whole entire building. It can hold 550 people, and the square footage of this thing is 9,000 square feet. So it isn't a small bar by any stretch. Now, on that night of December 20th, there was a live band called Outshine, and they were set to play at 10 p.m. They're a cover band, and from what I saw in the video, they're mostly rock. They played songs like Stacy's Mom and TNT and Summer of '69. There was a bunch of different songs on there. So just to give you an idea of what kind of music they played and what kind of crowd maybe that it attracted. If the band was on time, it would have started at 10 p.m. We don't know if they start on time or not. So Payton allegedly had been seen leaving with 2 African-American men, but authorities are saying that the video doesn't show that. So does it mean the video doesn't show that there's 2 men, or that the video doesn't show that Payton was even there? And where are the cameras, right? Does it cover all of 9,000 square feet? From my understanding, it's the building, but also there is an area outside. So, and from pictures, I'll put them up here that you can see what this place actually looks like. Tin Roof Bar has mentioned that they do put off-duty uniformed police on site during busy times. I'm wondering how many they actually had. So, and they said they were working on site during this time. And a friend of Payton's was interviewed at her vigil, and her name's Jennifer Schaffner. And she said she's just not one to do, something like that, like leave with a random person. That's just not who she is. We don't know if Payton knew them or not, or if there was 2 people. According to her friend at the bar, she was seen leaving with these 2 men. We don't know that as fact yet. Video doesn't show it. So did she actually leave with these 2 men? Was she actually escorted out? Maybe were the cops taking her out? Was she drinking too much? What time did they get there? Was she drinking? Did she have lots of drinks? All kinds of questions, right? And if she was leaving, wouldn't she say to the coworker, "Hey, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go ahead with these guys," or I'm leaving, or whatnot? Because remember, Payton didn't drive. So who was her ride, right? the coworker would have been like, hey, okay, see you later. Maybe she was just walking back to the house because maybe it wasn't too far. We don't know. Now at 12 a.m., her friend gets a text from Payton that says, I don't know who I'm with, so if I call, please answer. I feel in trouble. I still find this weird. I mentioned in my other video, which I'll put right here, but the wording is weird because it's almost as if her friend would already know where she is, because she says, I don't know who I'm with, but she doesn't say, I don't know where I am. And so I did take a look at the map to see, what kind of district it is. Like, is there lots of businesses? And there is. There's lots of restaurants. There's lots of places to go hang out. So it is weird. It's just a weird text. Now, I did find some information that there is actually a way to text 911 in Jefferson County. So I'm curious if this is common knowledge with Alabama. Do they know that this is a thing? Is it well advertised? Because I know a lot of times you might not know, but she could have called 911 texted 911. Now the question is, when did the actual coworker get the message? Because sure, it might have been sent at midnight, but when did the coworker read it? And I'm curious if Payton actually did call. There's no mention of that. The loaded question is, where is Payton's phone right now, right? If she came with her coworker and her car is at the girl's house, wouldn't her friend then maybe call her or text her like, I'm coming to pick you up, or where are you? Like, you need to get your car, or who knows what the conversation was. Weird that they haven't said much about the coworker, maybe because there's some important information clearly. Otherwise, if there wasn't, why couldn't she be, at the vigil, on camera, like, hey, I'm looking for my friend. So yeah, anyway, as I mentioned previously, the body was found in Hueytown, and a neighbor said, it's seriously shocking. We don't have these kinds of problems down here. Just about everyone is kin to someone else on the street. Yeah, except for the vacant one. Who called authorities, right? There was some tips that led them to this home. I don't find it's a coincidence that it is a vacant home. And some pictures I saw of the house, there was a load of garbage right behind, or kind of beside and behind the house. And obviously Payton was found in a shallow grave. Now, some more news I found on Payton was, I found her on a site that was a health center, and she actually went to rehab to get help for a heroin addiction. And as far as I found, that was in 2018. So there's that. That'll start changing things a lot. Maybe that has to do with the fact that they're currently investigating it as a death investigation and nothing more. However, there's still strange things. I saw on Charlene, which is Payton's mom's Facebook, that she said she did have plans on Saturday the 21st with her sister, her friend, and her family. So obviously there's, she did have plans. It's not like she was planning on leaving, but it was such an odd text. I don't know. There's some speculation going around that maybe maybe somebody else texted it for her. So with drugs now, or with her being treated for addiction, that kind of changes the game possibly a bit, but she was getting help. And I know a lot of people with addictions wouldn't necessarily go put themselves in a bar, but that might be an entirely different story. I have no idea when it comes to that. Do you have any other information? Let me know in the comments below, or just comment and let me know your thoughts on the stuff that I did dig up. And before I leave, I did dig up some more information about Hueytown. It was interesting that there was 22 registered sex offenders in the area. Might be something, might not be something. For a small town of 15,000, 22 is quite high. And why would the person take them to Hueytown rather than just dumping them in Birmingham, which is over 200,000 people? I don't know. I'm not a killer. I have no idea. Unless she was actually at that house and knew where she was, and then something awful happened to her. Anyways, I'm very sorry for what has happened to Payton. Nobody deserves that, regardless if she left with 2 guys or not, if that's even true. But we'll soon find out. Be sure to click that subscribe button because there's more videos coming your way. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.